So today, for your Sunday video, you're going to get a wonderfully cooked everything wonderful breakfast on an everything wonderful bagel with some everything wonderful tomatoes from my garden. And then you're going to see me planting some absolutely wonderful succulents, not only in my froggy planter, but in my planter that has the beautiful geese as well. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun Sunday morning. 69 degrees, Moosie tells me. Let's hope he's not fibbing. Okay. I think that my hubby has tricked me today. He says it's 69 degrees out there. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and he's convinced me to bring breakfast outside and do some planting. So I'm going to use some bagels. I have a package here of everything bagels, and you know what they are. Delicious with absolutely everything. Smell great. So I'm going to put some bagels in the toaster. I am going to do some eggs, a very lightly, well, you know what, I'm going to do these eggs in the microphone. See, I'm trying to rush. I'm going to do these eggs in the microwave. I'm going to put some of these on top, and then I have some cheese slices that I will put. This is one of our favorite breakfasts. I have discovered, Matthew actually was the one that told me about this. This is fully cooked bacon made by Oscar Mayer. So it's going to have everything on the everything bagel. So let me begin. I'm going to put these bagels into the toaster, and I'll be right back. Everything bagels sounds great. They're going to have everything on them today. On overhead. I have these little microwave egg cookers. You put your egg inside, and whatever you're going to put it in with, I put it in with some cheese and some bacon or whatever you want, actually. You put the top on, and you put it in the micro for 1 minute, and you get a lovely breakfast. So I'm going to do this now while my bagels are in the toaster, and my little tiny tomato is doing a little fry just to get it soft and yummy tasting. And put it in each microwave. Now, I can only do one at a time, but what's a minute? That will go fast. The egg in here, I'm just going to break the yolk. That's all I'm going to do. The butter is in there to soften everything up. I'm going to break the yolk in this one. That's it. And then I'm going to put this bacon. Now, it's already cooked, believe it or not. It looks lovely. The only thing is it's cold. So I'm going to break it up, put 2 pieces on top of each egg, and then comes a slice of cheese. And I'm going to put the cheese right on top. The little top just clicks right on. Have many of you have these? I bought these maybe 3 years ago on Amazon. I don't remember the name of them, but I'm sure you can still get them. It sure saves a lot. We use these for cooking an egg quite a bit. So I'm going to put this in for 1 minute right now. That's cooking. Ready. Other one ready to go in. All ready to pop on the everything bagel. Here are my little tomatoes, and I'm just going to pop these on top just for a little something extra this morning because it's from the garden as well. 2 eggs ready to go, waiting for the bagels. As soon as the bagels come out, I will put some butter on them, pop the eggs on, pop the tomatoes on, and we should have a garden variety everything bagel breakfast. Coffee ready? Almost. Because of the butter underneath, it should just slip right out, and then you pop it on top of the bagel. My coffee is brewing. And here I have the tomatoes, which have kind of mushed up a little bit, but look at that. Does that look like a nice breakfast for Moosie? An everything bagel with some fresh tomatoes from the garden on top. Always pepper from my mill. I will take this nice breakfast out to Moosie in the hopefully 69 degrees temperature. I'm sure it's up to 70 something by now. So then I'll come in and finish up mine.
What could this possibly be? You said it's everything. What does it start with at the bottom? Looks like a bagel.
Well, it's an everything bagel.
How so?
With all the goodies that go with that. And an
And?
everything good microwaved eggy. Remember those little goodies?
That's
with
good.
some everything cooked bacon that I just had to put on top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some cheddar cheese. And to
I
top
see
it all
that.
off,
Yeah.
take a bite. And to top it all off, some fried tomato, a little mushed up, on top from the garden. Tell me. Is it everything wonderful?
That's good.
Good, good. Now I'm gonna go get mine and I'll join you out here. I just felt a breeze. And a doggie who just came to see us and probably is looking for her treat. Okay, come on. So enjoy, I'll be right out. Yes, hello. I saw the grooming truck yesterday up there. She looks everything wonderful. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to glisten. I just took Moosie's breakfast out to him. I don't think it was 69 degrees, but there was a nice little breeze, and I gave him his wonderful everything bagel. Now, this is such an easy breakfast. You know, that little bit of fried tomato on there gives it a very unusual taste. Actually, quite delicious. I might do this a little more. So what are we going to do today? Cheers.
Everything we can do to bring our birdies back.
I know.
Because we put a cake up there on that lonely little swinging feeder, and the next morning it's gone.
We've had a little problem, folks, with some varmints. And
Still do.
we still do, even though we're trying to take care of them. But the birds disappear when that happens, as does the food that I put up for the birds, like overnight. And this is one of Moosie's, you know, this is one of Moosie's joys in life, is watching all his little friends, the birds here. But when you don't have bird food out, or the nice little snacks that I put out for them and they disappear, you don't get the birds. So we got to figure out what to do.
I just have no joy in my life.
Poor you.
Bring me over one of the little children, I'll be happy.
I know. Yeah, maybe we got to get to see some this weekend. Although we did get to see some teenage granddaughters this week. You had some nice chats with them. Found out what they're up to, what they're doing.
Well, next weekend we do. Next weekend we have, I think we see the kids.
I think we have a birthday party on the 13th.
Yep.
Jackson's birthday. I think he's going to be 9. He's Debbie's oldest grandchild. And we're going over there for a party, so we should see quite a few little guys at that one. But in the meantime, yesterday we had another fun day at the doctor. This time it was the eye doctor.
I don't want to talk about that. It's too boring for words.
It is, but I did take a couple of shots of Moosie. You know, when you have your eyes examined in that big machine that they put up on your face.
I'm quitting. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just show you a couple of pictures.
Yeah, show me the pictures, yeah.
But I had to go down to CVS to pick up some ointments. And, but Moosie's eyes are doing great. His glaucoma levels are excellent and have been forever. So these are basic checkups. But the doctor did want us to buy some, what he calls
Remember we weren't going to talk about this?
I want to talk about the egg lid wipes that cost me $28.98 for a box of 30. And all they are little wipes that are supposed to be for your eyelids. Can you believe that? Moosie doesn't want to talk anymore about it. But I'll end it there. I think something has to be done. As Sharon said,
to answer.
one of my friends, Sharon, this morning in a comment mentioned something about the cost of what everything has come to, not only in the care, the doctors and hospitals and everything, but the supplies. $29 for a box of 30 eyelid wipes. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Thank God.
Well, one of the things that I'm going to do out here, since I'm all dressed up in my gardening outfit.
Look nice.
Thank you. I have to go.
Coral.
Oh, yes. Thank you for noticing that. This is my new coral bracelet that I picked up the day I was out with.
Solid gold.
Solid hammered brass. And one of my coral rings, an old ring. What are these? Oh yeah, my new little coral shell earrings too. I'm matchy today. I know a few of you ladies have picked up this flowered jumpsuit. I did buy this about 2 years ago on Amazon, and I forget who said she bought it recently. She tracked it down and loves it, and she just got it a week or two ago. So maybe I'll try and put that, if she would give me the link to Amazon, because my link is gone. I don't even know where it is.
Is this called Cameo? If I just sit here and listen?
No, actually, the women have been clamoring for a cameo. So anything you would like to talk about, within reason. One of the gals was saying that she was going to, after the video yesterday where I was talking about my constipation problems as a child growing up, and then when I was married to you, by the way, before you say who'd you marry,
your first marriage.
One of the first letters that I got from my dad, so cute, he inquired about my barrels. Well, 2 or 3 of you, my friends, have decided that you are going to use my daddy's cute little word for you know what. From now on, whenever they talk about constipation, they're going to say barrels. How are your barrels?
Well, it seems that a priest, a rabbi, and a stripper walked into a bar.
Am I going to have to cut this?
You never dare cut a cameo.
Well, sometimes.
Walked into a bar, and the bartender said, "What's this, a joke?"
Okay, I'll leave that one in because they probably won't laugh.
Your friends will be laughing.
My friends will be laughing. Well, I'm going to finish my little breakfast here, and then I'm going to get busy. What are you going to do today?
I'm going to listen to music for freshmen, which you had on in your dorm, college, all the time. You and the girls would sing all the 4 freshmen harmony.
We did.
And I'm going to put that on.
Okay.
And you can listen to it while you...
I'm going to plant some succulents in my froggy and geese bowls. And I'm going to show the ladies some of the compost. This might not be the best place to do this, but I'm trying to find the coolest place. But I'm in our, right now at this moment, uninhabitable patio because it has holes in the canvas up above, and we just haven't gotten around to doing this project yet. But I've set up on the table here some various things that I'm going to try and plant in 2 planters, and that's about it, all I think I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to use froggy planter for some small little, maybe about 3 or 4 will all be fitting in here, and I'm going to show you some of the mediums that I use to plant my succulents. I also have the brand new goose bowl, which I love, and I'm going to be able to plant some more in here. Now, because these do not have drains, and because I can't drill through ceramic, it's really not that necessary. I do have some glass bowls that I've had for instance, my fairy garden is planted in a glass or plastic big bowl, and I have stones in the bottom, and if it doesn't get too much water and gets flooded, they survive fine in there. If I just water them, they will eventually get just enough water that they need. So that's what I'm hoping is going to happen here. I do have some water over here, and I have my planting mediums down here that I'm going to show you. Now, these are some of the plants that I happened to pick up yesterday. No, not yesterday. The day we went down to Newport to the hearing clinic, there were some of them, as we walked through the parking lot, there were some succulents planted there, and there were things that had broken off. And I picked up a couple of things that I didn't have any, mainly these. I don't have any of these spidery plants. One of the other ones I picked up is this. And you know, you don't need roots. All I have to do is just cut them off. You have the succulent bottom. You can stick it in the medium and it will grow. And this is the beauty of all this. So these have to be planted, and I will put those in the bigger bowl with some tiny ones. Now, I do have in the middle of my table that you can't see, one of my thrift treasures that I picked up a week ago, and it's a beautiful milk glass bowl, and I did find a pumpkin. I'm picking up pumpkins from now on wherever I see them because they remind me of fall, and that's why it's sitting here in the middle of the table to let me know that really soon, hopefully, the nice weather will begin and we can look forward to fall. So they're there, out of sight, but I can see them, and that's all that we need. I better get going because I don't know how long. I have some semi-shade. I am gonna try and move back into some shade. Okay, just a minute. Let me get up here. Oh. I almost hate to film this, but I think I have to. You won't believe what just happened. I tried to move the table to a shadier, just about, I bet 2 feet, not even 2 feet. And I had everything on the table, including my frog dish and my goose dish and all the paraphernalia ready to film. And you won't believe what fell off the table. I am crushed, but you know what? I am the eternal optimist. Do you see all those frogs? Yes. Of all the things that are on this table, the frog dish fell off, and it is in, I would say, 14 or 15 pieces. I think I picked every single one up. This is my frog bowl, ladies. I'm not gonna cry because I'm gonna make the attempt to glue it all back together again with my 6,000 glue. I know you think I'm crazy, but I don't think I'd ever be able to find another beautiful little thing like this. Oh, you know, I have 7 frogs here. I think there might be one more, and this thing smattered all over the patio. I can't believe I did this. Dumb, stupid. But it wasn't on the edge of the table. But you know what? Hang in there for the next video, and maybe I will be able to put it all together. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and plant the cactus in the goose dish, and this will be my next project. Oh, it's sad. I think this was the cutest. No, that was the only thing that just fell was the trowel. So, there you go. You know what happens, and it happened just now. But I'm going to sit down here, hopefully in my cooler spot, which the reason I switched the table so I could move the chair into a shadier spot. So let me just get this thing done, and then I'm going inside. Moosie has already done the watering for me, and he has gone inside because it is not 69 degrees anymore. I just found the 8th frog. So I have them all now. I'm ready to be. So I'm going to start with some pebbles, tiny pebbles. And I know there's some pebbles in one of these mediums, but I'm going to put some extra ones in the bottom of this bowl, mainly because it has no drainage, as I was saying. And this will help keep the water down the bottom. There's no drainage. A little water in there now. And now I have some of the mediums just to show you. Now I've used up some of this. This is called carnivorous plant soil, which is a perlite mix and some spago moss mix. And it's good for succulents. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. In fact, probably use the rest of it. I've already used some. And there's not going to be too much more room in this planter. It is quite shallow. But as you know, succulents don't thrive on big roots to begin with, so we don't need a lot of roots. Also bought something at Lowe's the other day. And can you read this? There's so much sun. Anyway, it says cactus, palm, and citrus potting mix. Fast draining formula. And the draining is one of the big things with succulents. Basically what I did was I cornered one of the nice fellas that works there, and I asked him to help educate me on what I should use to propagate and grow my succulents. That's all you need to do. Get an expert, because I'm not the expert. I'm the new learner, the one that's fascinated with all this. Now, these have been sitting over in my rock garden, and these are the succulents that I bought at the 99-cent store for $1.49, $1.29. And I want them to stay small, so I'm not taking them out of these pots, because as you know, we're going to be doing a Christmas craft, making Christmas trees decorated with small little succulents. It's going to be fun. I particularly love this one, and I don't know whether these tiny little red flowers are coming from this one, but it's very unusual. This one I think is cute. And then there's assortment of florets and roses and some little spiky ones, and they're all doing beautifully. Not getting too much water, that's the secret, but enough to let them survive in this weather. So I think we might be ready to do this. I could put a little of the perlite. Now perlite, I've told you about this before, just enough. Actually, it looks kind of pretty on the top. Many of my succulents have been growing in regular potting soil in the garden for years and years. So it seems to be that you don't really need all this fancy, all these fancy mediums to be able to grow all this. So what you do, and I left my hormone, my growing hormone, in the house. Your growing hormone is just a little powder, and you can get it on Amazon for under $10. And what you do is you take your cutting, and I'm going to use some of these new cuttings that I picked up in the parking lot the day we went to the doctor's. And I'm going to snip it short, maybe take off, that doesn't need to be on there. Maybe take off one or two of the leaves on the bottom. Now you save these and then you just pop them in dirt somewhere and they'll grow. That's the beauty of this. Just take off maybe one or two more. This one looks okay. Just sort of stripping these off just a little bit. And then after I wet it, I'm going to dip it in my wetting bowl, which is over here. All right, this is water. I'm going to dip it in here. Then let's pretend that we have my growing white powdered hormone. Dip it in that and then just dip it right into the soil. So we have our first plant here. Now the sun is going to interfere with all this lovely planting, but there's nothing else I can do right now. The shade is escaping me here on the property. Here's one I'd like to put in. Now this particular one is one of the ones that I bought. It came in a tiny little pot. I did have it growing nicely in one of my new little ceramic containers. And I'm just going to loosen the dirt a little bit because there's plenty of dirt in there. I wish I had more dirt in this pot, but unfortunately my pretty pot has turned out to be not too awfully deep. So I have to make my stems short. So cut this one. I'm gonna pull off some of the, you see, if you go to the succulent tutorials on YouTube, you see that they pull off the bottom leaves. Now they don't throw these away. They save all these little leaves and they will pop them in dirt somewhere, and that's how they do it. So dip it in the water, into the growing hormone, and pop it in. So I have a little rosette in there. So I hope the video comes out. All the different succulents that I'm propagating just from clippings from other big mommy daddy succulents. I think we're finished with that. So, due to a little accident with my baby frogs, unfortunately, I don't hear any ribbits coming. I think I have found them all. They're not crawling around anywhere. Don't worry, little froggies, Nanny has found you. I have found 8 of them. They're all safe. They're not running around on the patio floor to let somebody get them. And I hopefully, please say a little prayer that I can put this back together again. I gotta stop this now. I hope you enjoy this on a Sunday. Thank you all for loving us, for watching all our videos, and subscribing. We appreciate it so much. Moosie and I just are at this point filming our lives, and I hope it's enough and exciting enough for you to watch. With my dirty hands, I blow a kiss. Thank you for everything. I'll see you soon, and God bless us all, and my froggies too. And unfortunately, my poor little frogs are floating in a Fostoria dish that I was going to use as a planter. Right now it's holding 8 lonely little frogs that are waiting for Nanny to put them all back together again as a family. He's peeking over the edge. I found the last little fella crawling around.